Hi everyone. I'm wearing my New Sunkirk t-shirt today because I'm going to go to the parade. I hope I get to see some of you. So today I wanted to talk about fractions of a set. Fractions of a set is different than folding paper or using ingredients. It's when you have a set of things, that is a group, and you talk about what portion of the group has certain characteristics or attributes. I'm going to start really simple with some tiles. So you might have some of these tiles at your house if you got some math materials from me. It seems like a really long time ago. But if we take a look at these tiles here, then I hope that you can see that there are 6 tiles. 6 tiles. You might even notice that they're different colors. So I see that there are 3 yellow tiles. So the way to write this fraction is there are 3 tiles that are yellow out of 6 tiles altogether. 3 out of 6. That's the fraction. Did you also notice that half of the tiles were yellow? So we would say that 1/2 is the same as 3/6. That's kind of cool. What portion of this set is red? What fraction of the set is red? Well, 3 of them are red, and there are 6 altogether. So 3/6 of the tiles are red, and 3/6 of the tile are yellow. And we could also write an equation, 3/6 the yellow plus 3/6 the red equals 6/6. Some people think they would write 3 plus 3 is 6 and 6 plus 6 is 12, but we don't have 12 pieces here, do we? We only have 6. So 3/6 plus 3/6 is 6/6. So let's move on to something a little more interesting than tiles. I'll put these away and we'll erase the board. So you could do this. You can go around your house and you can find some things that you find interesting. I have, at our house, we have a really cool set of animals, and I just got the baby animals out. Aren't they really great? So I'm going to move them back a little bit. And you can see that I have a giraffe, a tiger, I think this is a leopard, this is a snow tiger, and a little elephant. So I could ask a fraction question about these. The first thing I need to find out is how many are in this set. And if you count, you'll see that there are 5 animals. So whatever question I ask is going to be out of 5. What portion of these animals have stripes? 1, 2. 2 out of 5. 2/5 of the animals have stripes. What portion of the animals do not have stripes? 1, 2, 3. 3/5 of the animals, 3 out of 5, do not have stripes. So that's how it works. So how many animals are in the whole set? There are 5. What other question could we ask? What portion of the animals have a trunk? Well, I think that's an easy one. There's only 1 animal out of all of the 5 that has a trunk. Some kids like to write 1 out of 4, but that is not correct for fractions. In fractions, this number, the denominator, the bottom one, tells how many are in the whole set. And then this number, the numerator, tells what you're specifically talking about, like an animal with a trunk, 1 out of the whole set of 5. It's also known as 1/5, right? Okay, so what other question could we ask about these animals? What portion of the animals has a tail? And I think if I turn this around without dumping all of them, even the elephant has a tail. So what portion of this set, or what fraction of this set, has a tail? Well, there are 5 animals in the set, 1, 2, 3, and all 5 of them have tails. So the whole set, everybody in the set has tails. And we would say that that was equal to 1 whole. And that's the regular number 1. 5/5, 5 animals out of 5 have tails, and that's equal to 1 whole. Yep. So I'll put the animals away, but of course you could picture how you could do this with maybe some toy animals that you have at your house. I have some other animals here, a different kind of a set. See if I can fit them all on here. So these animals are not mammals. As you can see, they are reptiles. And now the question would be, how many are in this set? That's the first thing you need to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the denominator will be 6 because that number tells how many are in the set altogether. Now I could ask the obvious question, what portion of the set is a snake? 1, 2. 2 out of 6. 2/6 of this set is equal to, the fraction for number of snakes. Sorry, there are 2 snakes out of 6 altogether. 2/6 of the set is snakes. What portion of the group is not snakes? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/6 are not snakes. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the whole group of 6. And if we add 2/6 plus 4/6, we will find out that we have 6 out of 6, which is the whole group. And 6 out of 6 is the same as one whole group. That is really fancy fraction writing. What other question could we ask about these reptiles? What portion of the animals is orange? I only see one. 1 out of the whole group, which is 6. So 1/6 of these animals, 1 out of 6 is orange. Not a very realistic color. Maybe there are orange salamanders somewhere. Okay, so I do have some different toys. And these are little Duplo guys. I didn't dig out the Lego guys. That would have been fun, but these were handier because we have grandchildren that visit a lot. So, and they're little still. So we play with the Duplos. The heads don't come off. That's what makes them safer. So here are my little Duplo people, my little Lego people. And the first thing, you remember what we have to do? To find out how many altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 in the set altogether. So an obvious question would be, what fraction of this set is not a human? Because we have a little raccoon person here. And we would say 1 out of 4 is not a human. And what fraction of the group has black hair? 1 person out of the 4 people in the set, or the 4 characters, has black hair. What portion of the group has brown hair? 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 4 have brown hair. What portion of the group has blue clothes? 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 4 have blue clothes. What else could I ask? Oh, I know. What portion of the group has movable arms and legs? My little raccoon friend. So 1 out of 4 has movable arms and legs. Cool. So something that you could do is you could get some toys and you could put them out like that and ask questions. Remember that we're not asking the question, how many have black hair? Because that answer is 1. The question is, how many out of this whole set? What fraction or what part of the set or what portion of the set? So it's important to ask it the right way, otherwise you don't get a fraction answer. Okay, you guys go away. So I got some pennies. I got 4. You could get any number of pennies, couldn't you? You could get, well, I would say 10 would be the most I would want to get. And what I thought would be fun to do is to take these pennies and give them a little shake and find out what portion of the group was heads. So I don't think you can see these very well, but I'll count them for you. 1, 2, 3. So how many in the whole set? 4. And what portion of the set had heads? 3 out of 4. And what portion had tails? 1 out of 4. 3 out of 4, those, plus 1 out of 4 is 4 out of 4, or the whole set. Fancy fraction writing. So then what you could do is you could pick them up and you could shake them again. And you could find out. Aha! So these two are heads and these two are tails. So out of 4, 2 are heads, 2/4. And out of 4, 2 are tails. Now, we talked about this already. If I make this into a shape like this, what fraction of the pennies are heads? Well, 2 out of 4, right? But also 1/2. 1/2 of the pennies are heads. You can see that this is split in half. So 2/4 is another way of saying 1/2. Those are called equivalent, and they're pretty cool. So let's shake them one more time, see what happens. So what portion, not how many are heads, because that's 1. What portion of the set is heads? Well, there are 4 pennies, and only 1 was heads this time. So 1 out of 4, 1/4 of the pennies was heads. So you could try this. You could get some pennies. You could try it with 6 pennies. You could try it with 10 pennies. You could try it with 8 pennies. You could try it with 7 pennies. And you would shake them, and then you would write the fraction. So what portion of the pennies came up heads? And you would write it out of the number of pennies you have altogether. You've learned a lot about fractions already this week. You're getting really good at it. I left you some IXL practice, so you can look for that in the assignment. I hope I see you in the parade. Bye-bye.